Who's got a beard and puts a spoonful of butter on his burger? This guy. Today we're taking the classic Wisconsin butter burger and amping it up with some cowboy butter. That's gonna mess up the beard. Cowboy butter is savory, spicy, and zesty. The perfect topping for burgers. Don't worry, there's bacon on this one too. Can't be a cowboy burger without bacon. Go check out the recipe. I'm gonna eat this and mess up the beard. All right, so we're gonna start off by making some cowboy butter. And if you haven't heard of it, it's this delicious, savory, and spicy compound butter that goes on like everything. If you look it up online, you're gonna see it melted a lot and used like as a dip for steaks and stuff. We're gonna adapt that for the burger. All right, so first step, we're gonna need some butter. And I recommend the highest quality grass-fed butter that you can possibly have, and you're really just gonna need a fork. Now, I've pre-chopped some of the ingredients. I admit I was a little excited today, so we'll skip past some of that, but I do recommend that you use fresh herbs if possible. We're gonna start with some chives. This is 2 tablespoons of chives. I'm actually doubling the recipe today, which is linked in the description. 4 tablespoons of fresh parsley, and then 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme that I've chopped as well. Now, if you have to use dried herbs, you can, but I highly recommend using fresh. Normally you'd use minced garlic, but because I'm gonna be spreading it on top of a burger, I'm using garlic powder. I don't want that raw garlic flavor. I'm gonna be using some cayenne. This is a teaspoon. I'm using some paprika. Mine is 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. Then I'm using 2 teaspoons of crushed red pepper flakes because I like mine a little spicier. And then some Dijon. This is the savory component in here too. Now, if you don't have fresh herbs, and not everybody has access to it, you can use dry. The only thing I recommend is when you mix it together, if you're using dried herbs, let it sit for a little bit so that everything kind of rehydrates together. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just mash this together with a fork. And I like making a double batch because, I mean, we'll use it on tons of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper as well. Then the last step is fresh lemon juice. This acidity just really helps bring everything together. Now, as you can see, it gets nice and loose because of that lemon juice and everything, and this will be very spreadable for the buns of those burgers, and that's exactly what we want. Then we're gonna go ahead and cut an onion. I'm gonna caramelize a sweet onion alongside the bacon. I don't think you could have a cowboy burger without bacon. And you guys are funny because anytime I make a recipe, the #1 suggestion is either onions or bacon. So you got me. All right, so I went ahead and prepared 3 patties. These are kind of monster patties, which I'm okay with, and way more bacon than I need. That's not a real thing, don't worry. I was eager, and I went ahead and seasoned everything with my Canyon Crust rub. This is my salt, pepper, chili, and garlic rub. It's great on all burgers and steaks, so go check that out. All right, let's fire up the griddle. All right, I just fired up my Weber Slate Griddle, which I really love. I woke up today and chose potato buns, so don't judge me. We've got the onions and some Havarti cheese, and then some Worcestershire sauce. Over here, we've got the burgers and too much bacon? Nah. All right, I'm gonna start by adding a little bit of some liquid beef tallow that I rendered down over here, and then we'll throw in the onions. Get those stirred up and coated a little bit. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw down this bacon. It's nice and close to the grease trap. So the bacon's gonna cook slowly right alongside the onions. I'm not gonna fully caramelize these. I'm just gonna get them nice and soft, and then I'll hit them with a little Worcestershire sauce at the end. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this bacon so it cooks slowly on each side. You have to be patient because this is going to take a little bit of time, but that's okay because the bacon will get really nice and crispy. We'll render out all that fat, and then these will just get nice and soft and hopefully a little darker. That's really the goal. And hey, no harm if the bacon grease comes into the onions, right? Before I mess with the onions, let's go ahead and get these buns toasted slightly here. Some of that good old bacon grease. Don't want to waste it. All right, that looks about good. Get these off real quick. All right, so the onions are pretty close to done, so I'm gonna hit them with just a little Worcestershire sauce, just to deglaze them, kind of add that little bit extra hit of savory, and we'll probably get these off in just a minute here. All right, let's go ahead, slap these burgers down, sear them for a couple minutes on each side. Might as well use that well-seasoned side of the griddle. These are just gonna hang out for a few minutes until we develop a crust on one side, and then I'll flip. All right, let's go ahead and check these. Okay, good. We've got a nice crust. Boy, it's still nice and plump in the middle too. There we go. I'm gonna let these go for a bit so we get that crust on the bottom. Then I'll put the cheese on. All right, we're gonna put the Havarti on. Man, that cheese is sweating. It's so hot outside. It's already 108. You think the cheese is sweating? You should see my face. Trust me, I am not kidding about outside. All right, time to pull them in, and we're making Cowboy Butter Burgers. Okay, let's go ahead and build this burger. And we're gonna start with a pretty generous layer of these onions. Boy, do those smell really good. I can't wait to bite into that bottom layer. Next, of course, the burger with Havarti cheese. Got a couple slices of bacon here. And then, of course, the cowboy butter. And this is why I said to keep it soft, is because you're gonna need about 1 or 2 tablespoons for the bread. And this is just gonna melt in and create this amazing sauce. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, time to check this thing out. Oh, this is such a beast. Obviously, I made the patty kind of big, but it's got super crispy bacon. My hands are all buttery from the spicy and savory cowboy butter. I can't wait to dig into this. If you're gonna cheat with the burger, make it this one. One more bite. Ah, the beard. I don't typically go super crazy with my burger recipes, but this one's really freaking fun. The savory onions, the crispy bacon, we've got the cheese, and obviously it's just drowning in that awesome butter. Definitely hitting the gym tomorrow. This is worth cleaning the beard a second time. Hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed this burger. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers. Can't quit you.